Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing how you can complete the Oscar Guzman Flies Again storyline from start to finish in under 45 minutes. Now, obviously, depending on your skill and how good you are as a player will affect how fast you're able to complete these missions. But I can guarantee by the time you're done watching today's video, you will not only A, have learned a bunch of tips and tricks which will save you time and make completing this much easier, but B, you will also be able to complete this, I would say, around 50 minutes on your first or second attempt, which is obviously really nice. The only things you're going to need for today's video is a vigilante, which we can see here, and specifically an explosive sniper. Now, you don't need the explosive sniper. You can use a heavy sniper or even the base sniper to destroy the transmission tower, but it's going to be a lot more efficient if you use the heavy sniper with explosive rounds on it. With that being said, I will be putting edits in today's video, and the reason why is because I don't think you guys want to sit here and watch me do a 45-minute long video. If you do, let me know in the comments, and I'll do that as well. But I'm going to put edits in today's video at the boring parts. If you don't believe me and you think, oh, he's cheating, he's splicing his timer, I did a live stream yesterday where I completed the entirety of the Oscar Guzman Flies Again, start to finish, in 44 minutes. And I'll pin the live stream in the comments down below, just in case you don't believe me. So today's video is fully legitimate, no glitches, no editing that's, out of the ordinary. I'm guessing that we're going to do this in around 44 to 45 minutes, just around that mark. So with that being said, let's get this set up. Now, when it comes to the payouts, this will legitimately pay you more than the Dr. Dre VIP contract. I know there's a lot of people that are back and forth on, oh, what's better, the Dr. Dre or this? I can tell you for a fact that this earns more money, because you're earning about $750,000. Well, that's more like 760 because you're getting paid for the first mission as well. But either way, it's $760,000 for 45 minutes of work versus a 1 hour and 15-minute timer for the Dr. Dre, and that is going to pay you worse because it's $1 million for an hour and 15. If you actually do the math, this is better than Dr. Dre. So the first tip that I already have is already done. Literally all you're going to do is destroy the transmission tower with the explosive sniper. Then you'll notice that I went into my interaction menu, and while I was destroying the tower, I also called out my personal vigilante. And that's exactly what you're going to do. So you're going to call out your vigilante, and while that's going on, you're also going to destroy the transmission tower. And now what we're going to do is we're going to drive our vigilante right over here. We're going to spin it around, and we're going to start shooting homing missiles at the streamer, which we can see is in front of us here. And we're just going to keep shooting the streamer with these homing missiles until it drops the 4 crates that we do need. So we can see that's already 3, and there you go. That's the 4th crate. So now we're going to turn our vehicle, and we're going to bring it down this road over here. This first mission is incredibly easy to complete and really should not require all too much effort. You should be able to do this in around 2 minutes, and we can see why. All I'm doing is driving my vigilante down the road after destroying the plane. I feel like all of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. Shouldn't be too much effort required here at all. So let's roll over here. Let's use our speed boost. We're at 1 minute and 30 seconds so far. And let's use another rocket boost here. I usually like to jump my vehicle right off this little ledge here, and that's an easier way to bring it right over to the checkpoint. And there you go, 1 minute and 45 seconds for the first mission to be complete. I mean, the first mission is by far the easiest. I've seen people that are like, oh, I'm driving all the way up to the mountain to destroy the transmission tower, and I'm like, why? Why are you doing this to yourself? Once you complete the little cutscene there, don't even bother getting in your vigilante. Just get in the motorcycle. It's going to take like 2 seconds to leave the area, and we're done. That's it. So the first mission has already been completed. 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. You'll know if you completed this fast because you should only make about $6,000 to $9,000. I think $9,000 is a completion that's closer to 3 minutes, and $6,000 is closer to 2 minutes. But either way, we have completed it. Now make sure you set your spawn location to the Mackenzie Field hangar. And the reason why, there you go, $6,000. But the reason why you want to set your spawn location to the Mackenzie Field hangar is specifically down to the fact that as soon as we get into the loading screen here, I'm going to go into the pause menu, and I'm going to go to online, find new session, invite only. The reason why is because it's much faster to fast travel inside of your Mackenzie Field hangar than it is to get into your car, drive over to the property, and then hop inside. You're going to see this only takes me like 10-ish, 15 seconds to load right in. There you go. we're already inside of the property. So much, much faster. Really should not require all too much effort. And we're already starting up the second mission. Now, the second mission is also very, very easy. This is the Mogul mission. So we go to Oscar Guzman, we start up again, purchase super heavy armor. Not that it's necessary, but I don't know. I like to buy the armor just because it saves my armor for later. Make sure, by the way, that you are fully stocked up on armor before starting up these missions, because that is going to save you a lot of time. So for this mission, get in the plane. It is by far the fastest way to get over to Banham Canyon. Then we're going to bring the plane over there and parachute out. Alright, we are finally heading over to the airstrip. So as I said, we are just simply going to parachute out of the plane. So we're going to leave it right here. Let's hop out of the plane. And what we're going to do is specifically go down to the Black Mogul. So we're going to pull our chute now. And then you can see that we're just going to bring our character right over to the Black Mogul, parachute on the wing, and then we're going to hop right inside. Then we go to health and ammo, and we pull out snacks. If we take too much damage, we just use some snacks, and we're completely fine. But you don't need to kill anybody here. You just go right into the plane, and you're done. Like, this should not challenge you all too much. And there you go. So we didn't even have to use a single snack. Now, the next part of this mission, we're going to have a bunch of pyros that obviously try to hit us with homing missiles. So, my recommendation, fly the plane a little bit higher in altitude. Usually, the higher you go in GTA, with certain planes, the faster you fly. And if I'm not mistaken, the Mogul is one of those planes. So, if you go a bit higher in altitude, your plane will go faster in speed, which means you can get over towards Oscar, where he'll destroy them a bit faster. You have flares. I didn't actually know. What's funny is the first time I did this mission, I did not know you had flares. People pointed that out to me. I don't know why I never pressed the flare button, but yeah, you do have flares, so just spam them, and you don't need to fly low at all, which is what some people have told me. Just make sure that, like, try to, like, move your plane at least a little bit up and down, because occasionally the pyros will crash into each other, and sometimes it's good. Sometimes when the pyros crash into each other, they blow each other up, and then they just, you know, you don't have to wait for them to be destroyed. But other times when the pyros crash into each other, they get damaged and then veer off to the middle of nowhere, and it wastes like 5 minutes of time, and you have to restart the mission sometimes, which is really, really annoying. So, because of that, generally I try to fly up and down and change my altitude so the planes don't crash into each other. So now that we are at the white circle, all the planes are going to do is follow me in here, and we're just going to slow down our plane. We're going to let go of the throttle, and we're going to go slower. We can see the first plane gets destroyed by Oscar already. We can see the second plane get destroyed. And then this third plane, for some reason, went outside of the white circle. So let's hope that Oscar destroys this plane here. What are we doing? Huh? There you go. Okay, looks like he still got it. That's nice. Sometimes, as I said, sometimes the pyros are really annoying. And they don't do exactly what you want them to. And there's really no way to counter that. But, oh well. So we arrive to the final part of this mission, which is destroying the Eberhard bases. This is really, really easy. You shouldn't be struggling with the bomb part here. All you need to do is pre-plan your bombing run. So we can see here, we've got the little station. So I'm just going to start dropping bombs now. And as we can see, destroyed. You shouldn't struggle with the bombs here. Just drop them a little bit beforehand, because you have 5 of them, so you have plenty. So we can see here we get another bombing site. And if I just start dropping the bombs now, this will guaranteed destroy that as well. This is really, really basic. It should not require all too much effort. Also, from personal experience, I would recommend to fly a little bit higher when dropping the bombs. And the reason why is because a lot of you have probably already had this happen, but these helicopters will occasionally just crash into you. And it's really, really annoying. So if you fly a little bit higher, especially this last location here, this specific helicopter loves to fly directly in your path. So if you're flying low, it's not unheard of to just get absolutely smacked by the helicopter. So I usually fly a little bit higher like this, and then we can see I can destroy the base and not have to worry about that helicopter ever crashing into me. At this point, we're done. We can put our bombs away, and we just have to bring our plane over to the runway, and we're done. Very quick, as we can see. We're at 9 minutes and 15 seconds for the second mission being completed, and that's it. You don't need to go back and grab the second Mogul. For a while, there was a glitch going on that if you did, it would save it, but I'm pretty sure Rockstar patched that, because I have not gotten my Mogul saved, which is a little unfortunate, because the bombing method was super fun, but it seems like Rockstar has almost patched that a little bit. But I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments. Either way, We're going to bring the plane in. When it comes to landing the plane, just kind of smash it into the ground like this, and it's going to be a lot faster to land. And then you're going to pull out your phone, and once the plane stops, you're going to be able to text Oscar. There you go. And confirm, and there you go. We're done with this mission. Very easy stuff, as you can see. These missions are very, very quick and easy. This next mission is very easy. You're going to start off with the drone station, and the drone station should not challenge you at all. All you have to do is fly it around a couple different areas of interest and hack the servers. After that, we have to go diving, and the diving part is definitely the area which might challenge some people, especially with the fast trick that I do. But at the same time, as long as you learn the locations, and there is only 2 locations for these crates, you should be completely fine. So the first thing you're going to want to do with the drone is just fly it right through the top of the building, and then bring it directly over to the first server. Just like that, we're hacking the server. I mean, this is all you got to do to hack the server. Just stare at it, the level goes up, and we have to do 4 of these. Now, the second server we have to hack, we are going to have to kill somebody, but that's no problem. You're going to see the enemy guard right inside this building. In fact, he's going to be looking at me. So all you got to do is shoot him. That's it. Congratulations, he's dead. As we can see on the minimap, nobody's alerted. To be honest, it doesn't even really matter if you do get alerted. The worst that's going to happen is your drone gets shot and destroyed, and then you just have to get another drone out. And then it's like not a big deal at all. But really, that shouldn't happen. The only other guy I recommend to kill is this one right here. You can see I'm going to shoot him with the gun, and he's dead. It doesn't alert anybody when you shoot your gun. It's kind of weird. You would think that it would, but I'm not going to question Rockstar logic. This is our 3rd server that we are about to hack right now. And then we just turn our drone around, activate our speed boost. What's funny is you can even like blow up these explosive barrels, as you can see. Still doesn't alert anybody. Be a little careful with this one here, because I don't know why, but this one always causes me trouble. And like the drone, maybe it's like scraping a wall or something and it gets destroyed. Either way, as we can see, that was all 4 hacks, and done. I mean, that's it. Now we just exit the drone camera, and now we can leave. So yeah, the drones in general, super easy, and you shouldn't really have to struggle on that part. We can see that our vigilante will be parked with the door open, so we can just slide right in and head over towards the shipwreck. Okay, now that we are at the area, what we're going to do is we're going to head down this road. I'm not going to rocket boost because that's not the best idea. We're going to bring our vigilante all the way off over here, and we're going to bring it directly to the jet ski. Then we're going to hop out of our car, just like so. And now we're going to make our way down to these jet skis, as we can see here. It's kind of goofy that like the game pre-paths out which way your character moves. But we're just going to head down here, and we're going to take out you and this guy. And then after clearing them, we hop onto the jet ski and go to the shipwreck. When you go to the shipwreck, go to the far left corner of it. And you're going to see me do that in just a moment. The reason why is because the far left corner is where you're going to be diving. It's where I don't know what the heck these waves are doing to my poor jet ski. But yeah, you're going to go to the far corner, and the reason why is because that is where you're going to be diving for the crates. Crates, as I said, only spawn in 2 set locations. So this here is that far corner I'm talking about. So we stop, we get out, we start to dive. Do not use your rebreathers, do not use the scuba gear, simply swim down. You do not have to worry about snacks either, because whenever you start one of these missions, the game automatically gives you maxed out snacks. We can already see that first crate, the little green arrow pinged right below us here. So what we're going to do is we're going to swim to this first crate. Now, depending on where this first crate location is, you will know immediately where the other 3 crates are going to spawn, because there's, as I said, only 2 spawn locations, and the first crate is always going to be the telltale sign of which of the 2 spawn locations you have. So we can see the second crate for this spawn location is right in front of us in this brush here. So we're going to grab this one. Now you can see I'm starting to take damage, but there's no problem there. All you need to do is pull out your weapon wheel and then eat a snack or 2. And just like that, we're now back up to full health. Just keep an eye on your health, make sure that you're at full, and swim over here. Miss the crate because I guess I'm a doofus. There you go. No problem, though. You also can't, like, accidentally pull out your phone, because there is no phone you can pull out while you're underwater. So there's really no problem there. There you go. Eat some more snacks. And then we're going to swim over to the final crate, which is just past this little hill here. You're going to see a cargo container. And once we get to this cargo container, we can see the crate right on the outside. Now, at this point, I'm not going to eat any more snacks. And the reason why is because we want to die. I know, it sounds a little silly. But once we grab this crate, it's going to say, deliver the cargo to the Mackenzie Field hangar. Then we're just going to let our character drown and dead. The reason we're going to do this is because it's faster to respawn, and it's going to restart right at the top. This was a method that I found out, which I always find really cool. As I said in my first video where I broke into this method, if any other content creator talks about this, I was kind of the first one to figure it out. Which, there's no problem, right? I got no problem. I don't know. I always try to find out cool ways to speedrun the game, and it's nice to see when other content creators get to mess around with that method as well. So with that being said, we are now going to head over here, and let's use our rocket boost, get some speed. The great thing about the Vigilante is if that Jeep gets in your way, you can just kind of smash it off the road. But that's it. I mean, you can see how easy that is. You drown, you restart, it respawns you, and then you can just head over towards the hangar. So this really should not require too much effort and allows you to complete it stupid fast. So we roll around the corner here, rocket boost once again, and here we are. Now this portion, I always try to be a little careful because if you drive through that, if you drive into that exploding barrel there, you can die. But there you go. That's the third mission complete. 19 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. That means we have 3 more missions to go at this point. So we have to complete these 3 missions in around 25 minutes. Thankfully, the next 2 missions are fairly easy and fast to do. Now, I will say this next mission is a little tricky if you're not paying attention, so I would recommend to pay attention for this next one. Okay, and here we are at the weapons testing site. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head right over to this first destination here, park our Vigilante, and we are going to place the first signal jammer, just like that. After placing the signal jammer, we're going to head back into our car, but we have to wait for Oscar to stop speaking before it lets us back into our car. So it really doesn't matter how fast you get here. We can still see it not letting me in the car. Now that the text at the bottom says plant the jammers, it does let me into my vehicle, and we can move on. Run that guy over. The one thing I love about the Vigilante is that because it's super heavy, it's great at ramming anything. So here we go. Plant the next jammer. Hop back into our car. That's 2 out of 4 jammers already done. Alright, here we go. Speed over here just a little bit. And honestly, nah, I was going to rocket that guy, but there's really no point. Do this next jammer here. Now, I do like to kill this enemy in the insurgent there, just because it can be a little sus having an insurgent fire upon you. But now we just continue on our way. Here we go. Alright. Let's take that guy out just because we can. Let's head over here. Hop out of our car. Eat some more snacks. And we plant the final jammer. After planting this jammer, you're going to immediately get back into your vehicle. And you're going to head over to the destination I'm going to go right now. You can see that there's like this little green shipping container here. So we're just going to park our Vigilante right next to the shipping container. Our character is going to get out of the Vigilante. And now we're going to pull out the explosive sniper. And we're going to take out these helicopters. There's 1. There's 2. Then we got to take out this helicopter. There's 1. There's 2. Eat some snacks. And now we are going to have to destroy some of the Eberhard assets. So we can see there's a Jeep there. Take that out. We can see there's 1 here. We can see there's 1 here. Let's reload a little bit. We can see there's another Jeep right here. Get rid of that. Now you'll notice if we walk over here, there's another Jeep. There's another Jeep. Eat some more snacks. Put on some more armor. Reload. And now we can take out this helicopter here. Boom. Oh, we missed that one. No problem though. There's 1. There's 2. Start reloading. And then we just got to destroy this helicopter right here. Boom. Done. That is every single Eberhard asset you need to destroy. Now we just have to wait for the Iron Mules to arrive. You can see how incredibly easy this is. Now at this point, you can actually use the missiles on your Vigilante to kill any enemies that are plaguing you with problems. So as we can see here, just use our homing missiles. They will kill anything that is a problem for us. So we're going to head right over here to this spot. We're going to hop out of our Vigilante. And we just have to wait for the game to prompt us with the... I guess we can just shoot this guy in the face. We just have to wait for the game to prompt us the jammers. So we'll wait a teeny bit longer. There you go. Activate the jammers. And now that the jammers are activated, the helicopters are going to crash land in front of us. So here we go. Helicopters come down. Eat some more snacks. Put on some more armor. This guy's going to hop out. eat some more snacks, put on some more armor. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but you know what? It's fine. Let's just hop into the helicopter and deactivate the jammers. So now that the jammers are deactivated, as you can see, helicopter blades start spinning up. What's great about the Iron Mule is that it does have semi-bulletproof glass. And we can actually see that if I go to first person here. Well, maybe you can't. I don't know if there's any bullet holes on the glass to examine, but either way, basically, you can see the bullet holes on the glass outside the camera. Basically, you're not going to take any damage once you're inside the helicopter, unless that glass gets shattered. So I usually just hop right in after I kill the first or second guy, and I go on my way. So we're at 25 minutes and 40 seconds now. As you can see, this mission is fast. It only took me 6 minutes to do this. Really, the only part that you're going to have to worry about is if you have enough armor and snacks to make your way through. But you saw that I barely even used... I think I used maybe 3 super or heavy armor and, like, maybe half of my snacks. We had plenty left, and... I mean, it's just super easy as long as you save the jeeps for later. So now you're going to land the helicopter. You're going to pull out your phone. Once it stops, Oscar's going to ask you to confirm. And there you go. Next mission completed. Now, this next mission is actually the fastest one out of all. Well, the first one's faster because the first one only takes like 2 minutes. But this next one is the second fastest. All we have to do is pick up a crate, drop the crate off at a truck, and you're done. That's it. Literally takes like 3 minutes to do the mission. The longest part is just waiting for Oscar to fast travel you over to the area. This mission, all we have to do is jump out of the plane, parachute down to the helicopter, and then once you've parachuted down to the helicopter, pick up a crate. That's it. That's literally all we're doing. So usually my recommendation is to wait a little bit longer than when the game tells you to parachute out. The game's gonna say, you know, jump out right around the bridge. But why do that when you can wait for the plane to get a little bit further, and then you can jump out right near the helicopter and just go shoop, dive right down to it, and then it'll be a lot faster. So we can see here, we're just getting over the bridge now, and there you go. It says enter the Iron Mule. So we're not going to jump out yet. We're going to wait. We're going to wait a little bit longer. We can see I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. So now that we're past the bridge, about now we're going to jump out. And you're going to see that I can just skydive right down there and not have to worry about pulling my chute or anything like that. And then we can pull our chute now. And there you go. Much faster. And we hold the trigger here. Oh, that's not what I wanted, but it's fine. Alright, let's hop into the Iron Mule. Let's pick up that crate. And then let's drop it off and we're done. Like, these are just, they're so easy. I don't know, I read my comments a lot because I like to hear what you guys say. And I do find it a little confusing on why people are saying, you know, these missions are hard. Because so far, as you've watched, the 5 missions we've done have not been challenging. The only mission that actually requires you to actively kill people, apart from the finale, is the 5th or the 4th mission that you just watched me do before. That's the only one that you actually have to kill people. And as you saw, you don't really have to kill too many people. So we're going to bring our Iron Mule down, we grab the crate, and that's it. We're done with the mission. Now all we have to do is bring it over to the drop-off, which is going to take me, maybe at max, like, another minute. Drop off the crate, and then we get to start up the finale. So we're at 30 minutes and 38 seconds so far. And this is where you're definitely, if you don't have your spawn location set to the Mackenzie Field hangar, make sure you do at this point, because if you don't, it's going to make spawning in a lot longer here. So we're just going to fly over the bridge, just ever so slightly. Don't want to crash it into the bridge. And then we can see the drop-off location right here. If you bring in the helicopter really low, you can kind of just drop it and directly not have to worry about, like, failing the drop. So there you go. Drop it, pull out the phone, confirm. There you go. That's it. That is the 5th mission completed. So now we're able to start the finale. 31 minutes on the clock, which means with the finale, we're able to... What? If we're trying to do this under 45 minutes, then realistically we have to complete this finale in 14-ish, 13 minutes. But we're going to find out. The goal is just under... If I can get like 44:59, I can title it How to Complete It Under 40 Minutes. So we go to online, find new session, invite only. And there you go. Just like that, we're now loading in to our Mackenzie Field hangar. You can see how this is much faster than getting into my personal vehicle, going all the way over to the other side of the map. It's just going to take a couple seconds here, and there you go. Congratulations, you have fast traveled over. Now, some of you might ask, why didn't you grab the equipment upgrade for your mogul? And honestly, it's because you don't really need it. You just don't need it. It's kind of a waste if you ask me. So we're going to go to the laptop, and Oscar Guzman, boom, 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 start. You don't need to purchase heavy armor. It already comes automatically equipped. And then we have Oscar waiting right here. So we are just going to hop into his Titan, or not his Titan, but his plane. Here we go. You can see we've got our machine gun ready. And let's do this to start shooting it. Now, I've read some comments saying if you shoot the engine, it does more damage. I don't know if I believe that or not. I really don't. It's hard for me to believe that Rockstar would make it so that certain spots have weaker armor than others, but I have no clue. Maybe I'll try and shoot the engine today. I don't really know. We can see the engine that is supposed to be damaged is right there. So maybe if I shoot at it, it'll deal more. I seriously have no clue. But we'll try. We will try and shoot the engines here. There you go. Shoot at this engine. I don't know. It's hard to tell whether it's doing more damage or not if I'm shooting the engine. But in general, just destroy the plane as fast as possible. You shouldn't need to actually protect yourself at all. Ideally, you should be completely fine when doing this mission to not shoot at the missiles that are fired at you. The only thing you have to be a little careful about is that occasionally there will be a moment when one of the pyros might crash into you. You got to be really careful about that pyro. So yeah, we're gonna specifically attack the engine here, and I'm hoping that shooting the engine will destroy it faster. I know what my normal completion time is, so if this takes me longer or quicker, I'll know immediately, and then I'll be like, yeah, this is debunked, or if this is correct. So let's shoot at the engine. There you go. That's some good shots on the engine there. I don't know if it's destroying it any faster. I also don't know if it matters which engine you shoot at, to be entirely real, because there's obviously a bunch of different engines. This is the one here that starts smoking, but I don't know if it matters which engine you would shoot at. Just gonna fire at this one and we'll call it a day. Oh, now we can shoot at this one here. There you go. I've got no clue. I have no clue. Alright, let's shoot at this engine. Ooh, come on, come on. Alright, and let's see, what are we at on damage? About halfway. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't think shooting the engine does anything different. I really don't. I don't see any benefit to shooting it versus just shooting the plane normally. But what do I know? We're going to keep shooting and we'll see. We will indeed see. There you go. Keep firing. Maybe it's faster. It's really hard to tell. Okay. Keep on going. Keep on going. Yeah, no, shooting the engine was a disaster. That took so much longer. Okay. Yeah, don't shoot the engine. I'm not sure why you would. Debunked. Anybody that says shooting at the engine is faster, don't do it. I would have already had the plane destroyed by now if I was normally not shooting at the engine. And, you could say, oh, you're not the best shot, but I hit it pretty well, I'd honestly say. So, I just don't really think there's much of a reason to shoot the engine. Alright, well, a little bit longer. We're doing fine, honestly. I mean, we still should be able to destroy this within the next 20 seconds or so. Especially because of how close we are to the plane right now. Just keep going, keep going. Yeah, this was a big L for people that say shoot the engine. I don't know. As I said, I highly doubt that Rockstar would have ever had the slightest mindset to do that. There's just no way Rockstar would have actually put that in the game, which is exactly what I expected. So now that we've destroyed the plane, we're going to kill ourselves. We're going to jump right out of the mogul, and we're going to do this. Boom. The reason why is because it's going to respawn us with our vigilante right at the crash site, and we're going to be able to instantly nuke everybody and start doing the hack. So we're going to reload it here. But yeah, for anybody that ever wants to try shooting the engine, don't. That probably wasted me legitimately a good 40 seconds there. So if we don't make the A 44-minute timer. I'm going to be so sad if it's because of specifically that. Alright, so let's fire some homing missiles. Here we go. Easy. Take care of you. And, didn't mean to do that, but we should still be fine. Take you out and you out. There you go. Now we're just going to put on a piece of armor very quickly, and we're going to head right over to the engine and repair it. Okay, here we go. B, X, B, X, B, X, A, B, A, Y, A, B, A, Y, A, B, X, A, Y, B, A, Y, boom, 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 A, X, A, Y, A. I'm just focusing on this so I can get it done as fast as possible. There you go. Easy. If you do it fast enough, you should not worry about dying, and there you go. So now we just have to wait for the ammunition to be delivered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the helicopter pilot. We're going to hop in our vigilante, and then we're going to just turn our vigilante around a teeny bit, and it should be able to kill just about anybody that is a problem for us here. So we can just back our vigilante up. No, shoot at this guy. I want it, bruh. Okay. This is not working the way I wanted it to. There you go. That's more like it. It doesn't really matter, to be fair. We only needed the vigilante to clear a couple of those enemies, and now we're going to instantly start sprinting towards the ammunition. Okay, and eat some snacks, put on some armor, and start placing in the ammunition. So all we have to do is do the ammo, and we're done. That's it. I think it's 8 shells, if I'm not mistaken. So there's 1, 2. Now, you're going to see that as we're doing this, enemies are going to start spawning. You can see the red dots on the map, but no problem for us. We just have to keep placing these shells in, and then we can hop into our Titans. Here we go. We're about 60% of the way there. We can see that more enemies are starting to spawn, but as long as you've gotten here quick enough, you should be completely fine to keep on going. Here we go. And I think that's the last shell. I'm just going to keep spamming it anyway, even if it isn't. Yep, that's the last shell. And we hop inside of the Titan. That's it. Now we just have to wait for the engine to start spinning. There you go. And we get in the air. And we're done. That's it. Now we just have to do the finale. So we're at 40 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock so far, which means we have like 4 minutes to do this final portion. But that should be completely fine. Either way, you can see how easy this is to do, right? There's really not many parts of this entire mission set that, at least in my opinion, are challenging. Especially if you have something like the Vigilante. You kill yourself right when destroying the Titan's engine, and then it will respawn you with your Vigilante. You kill the 5 enemies that are there, you immediately do the repair engine, and if you're decently quick at it, you should never have to back off to kill anything. And then by the time you've done that, you get back into your Vigilante, you kill the rest of the enemies that spawn, and you're already done. So what we're going to do now is we are going to fly our Titan right here, and let's pull out the explosive gun. And come on, boom, and boom. Okay, reload. Now we have to head over to the next destination, which is up this hill. Okay. Now we got to take out the submarine. The sub is very easy to destroy. Sometimes I've had it get destroyed in 4 shots. Sometimes I've had it 5 and even 6. I don't know what causes that, but let's just hope that it's in 1 burst instead of 2. It's completely random if it is. However, it doesn't really make a huge difference because as long as you aim properly and you line up the Titan at the correct trajectory, you should be fine. So we're going to bring it down here. We're going to start pressing on the brakes. Here we go. This should be about the perfect distance, and bring it in. Okay. Now we pull out the explosives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There you go. We can see that time it was 4. So, I don't know what causes that. Sometimes it's faster. Sometimes it's longer for me. But, either way, we're at 42 minutes on the clock at this point. All we have to do is destroy the train. Now, the train will take 2 volleys of explosions. The sub and the MOC cab, in general, should only take 1. And even if it does take 1 more extra, it's pretty quick. So, now we're going to head over here. Alright. And go over this way. Alright, so as you can see, the train's right in front of us. I'm going to slow down our plane again. We're going to bring it next to the train, and then we're going to aim down, just like so. And then we can start destroying the train cars. Here we go. Now we got to reload. So let's back out of the camera, and now we can enter the camera again. There you go, and there you go. So now all we have to do is turn the Titan around, head over to our landing spot, and we're done. That's it. We are completely done with this. So we're at 43 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, which means that we should be able to do this under 45 minutes. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is as easy as it is. In general, completing the Oscar Guzman finale and everything is very quick and should not require all too much effort. I find it personally very fun, and yeah, there's really not much else to say about it. So let's just tilt our plane down a little bit, like so. This is going to give us a speed boost, obviously. I think the Titan also flies faster the higher you are, so if you just tilt it down a little bit once you're, you know, pretty high in altitude, you should be able to be completely fine. And coming in, yes, it's actually going to be my fastest finish yet. It's usually around 44 minutes for me, though. As I said, if I had not aimed for the engine, there you go. If I didn't aim for the engine, I probably could have done it a little faster, but either way, 44 minutes and 12 seconds for my run through here. So, yeah, this is the Oscar Guzman. It's a great way to earn money. It should be very fast for any single player, and you can obviously let me know your personal feelings, comments, and opinions down below. But really, at the end of the day, there's no complaints to be had with this. It's just fantastic, and it earns more than the Dr. Dre. In 44 minutes, $750,000. That's a lot of passive income. Or not passive. That's a lot of income in general. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. If you learned a thing or two, you know what to do. See you all in the next one. Bye-bye.